Dr. Dunn?
Please come in, Miss Bowman. Mr. Dunn's expecting you.
Thank you.
This way, please.
David?
Hello, Jenny.
Is this awfully inconvenient?
I don't think so. Come on up. I'll take your coat. That's for social calls. Well, you did say this was business, didn't you?
Yes, Doctor. Business.
Well, the business department is in here.
Why do they call you Mister if you're a doctor?
The surgeons are called Mister.
I see. You mean like a marquis being called a lord? That always mixes me up, too.
Secrets of the trade. Would you sit down?
Yes, thank you.
Ah, then what is it? Ear, nose, or throat?
Do you take care of all three of those things?
Yes. Which is it?
Were you surprised to hear from me?
A little. You sang this afternoon. Charity concert, wasn't it?
Yes. How'd you know?
It was in all the papers. How did it go?
Oh, it was ghastly.
That means it was good.
No, it was terrible. It was awful. My throat was very raw, and I couldn't... I just sort of croaked out the performance. Tell me, am I keeping this secretary person of yours?
No, she works here.
I know, but it's terribly late, and it's Sunday, and I thought...
She's used to it. You go on?
Well, I just got scared I was going to lose my voice.
Mm-hmm. Since when?
Since when what?
Since when were you scared that you were losing your voice?
Oh, well, since I got to England. And don't tell me it's the climate, because Tabali and Callis sing here, and they do very well.
Shall we take a look?
All right.
Would you come over here, please? Yes. Sit down. How are your sinuses?
Oh, I don't know. They're kind of...
Any colds recently?
No.
I used to have a lot of colds.
Yes, but then they invented paper handkerchiefs and sort of took the fun out of it.
Would you open your mouth, please? Wide. Thank you. And say ah.
Ah.
Thank you. Now I'm going to have a look at your larynx. I'm going to take this piece of gauze,
And you're going to hold my tongue with it, and you want me to relax and breathe slowly in and out and completely...
Would you just do it,
Yes, I
please?
will.
Thank you.
Yes.
Would you put out your tongue? Yes, thank you.
You know, I've been thinking...
Would you just sit there, please, for a moment? Would you come back? Excuse me.
I've been thinking about Atlantic City. Do you ever think about Atlantic City, David?
Yes, I have done. Is this hurt?
Mm-mm.
Would you swallow? Thank you.
Well, am I going to lose my voice or what?
What do you think?
You mean there's nothing wrong with me?
Your throat's a bit rough, it's red, you've been singing, and you've been smoking too much. When did you open in London?
5 days. Look, do you mind if I get out of...
No, I'm very sorry. Look, we'll still. I'll give you something to ease the roughness, not that you'll take it. But if you have got 5 days, I strongly urge you to take 3 of them off.
What would you advise? A brisk walk through Hyde Park?
Sleep, rest, relaxation.
Where can I buy those?
And a gargle night and morning.
All right. Well, why don't you get me off on the right foot by offering me a drink?
You're going to get me in there if it kills me, aren't you? All right. It's still scotch?
Still Scotch.
No ice, I'm afraid.
That's all right. Thank you. You know, you've changed.
Well, I'd be scared to hell if I hadn't.
Well, you've become so careful.
All right, well, it comes, you know. Care comes. With grey hair and spectacles.
I heard about your wife's death. Janet was her name.
Yes, Janet. I read about your marriage.
Which one? Well, it doesn't make any difference because neither one was worth writing home about. I should have married you, David. I really should have. And it would have worked. Yes, it would.
No, you're wrong, Jenny.
You so sure?
Mm-hmm. It's better as it is.
Tell me something. Do you still play that awful harmonica thing?
No.
Uh-huh.
No, I gave that up.
I'm glad. You were terrible.
Do you still knit?
Oh, no. Nothing I knitted ever fitted. Oh, we must have had fun, David. At least that's the way I remember it. Is that the way you remember it?
Yes. Twist my arm and yes.
Saturday.
Saturday. Why did you come?
I don't know. I tell you the truth, I don't know. Maybe it's just that I didn't want to be alone on first night in a strange town.
You have a mass of friends in town. You couldn't be alone.
Alone. It's the most awful word. And I know what it means. Because I've been alone since you, David.
You've been married twice.
Well, I was alone then, too. Tell me, is this when you were knighted? The CBE or the...
OBE.
OBE. That's good, isn't it?
Not quite, I'm afraid.
It's something.
Yes, it's something.
Why did you hide him from me?
I didn't hide him.
I saw you.
All right, I hit him.
Excuse me, Mr. John. Do you require me for anything else?
No, thank you, Miss Plimpton. I'll see Miss Bowman out.
Good night, Miss Bowman.
Good night.
Good night.
Is he here?
No, he's at school. He boards.
I'd love to see him.
I know.
Oh, David, please. I didn't come here to ask that. I swear, I came here to see you. I admit that. It's just that now that I am here, I must ask you, please.
I'm sorry, Jenny. You can't see him.
Well, why not? What's the matter with me? Have I some dread disease of some kind? Or what are you so afraid of? What is it, David? I want to see him.
It's impossible.
Well, impossible isn't a word that very many people use with me.
It must come as rather a surprise to you now.
I want to see him.
You cannot see him, Jenny. We made an agreement a long time ago. An agreement that you wanted. Never to see him ever again. Do you remember?
Yes, I remember. It was a long time ago. It's the only good thing I ever made in my life. No, I can't. Oh, well, forget it. Tell me, does he like school? I mean, any more than anyone does?
Yes, he likes it very much.
Is he clever?
He was average. Better at Mozart than maths.
Musical?
A little odd, if not.
Yeah. And the rest?
Oh, he's really pretty good. I think you'd be proud of him.
Let me see.
No.
Just once.
And then what?
Nothing. I go.
Look, Jenny, to see him now would make it much harder for you, for me, for all of us.
And that's final?
Final.
Well, I think I've taken up enough of your time, David. And I'd like to get out of here. Where's my coat?
It's outside. I'll call you a
No,
cab.
thank you. I'd rather walk.
It won't take a moment.
No, thank you. I'd rather walk. Don't bother to see me out. I'll take care of myself.
Jenny.
What?
You forgot your prescription.
What does it say? 3 times a day before meals?
And shake the bottle.
It's good for what ails me. Good night, David. You've been very kind, and thank you.
Jenny. It really would mean so much to you, wouldn't it? To see him again.
Yes.
If I let you, and mark these words, if I let you, you promise to look once and never look again?
I promise.
All right.
Are you sure you want to go on?
Well, I can't stop now, or I'll sink.
Peel it, Jones, peel it.
Tell me, do all the mothers do this?
Yes, but they usually wear good woman's shoes.
Where is Matt? Is he...
No, he's with that lad over there. The under 14.
Come on, Roger, don't you stand give it to the forward. Come on,
David, wait a minute. Oh!
Heave in the scrum, Canterbury. Heave.
Are you holding?
Come on, don't you stand there, get into my half. Pass it to the forward. Come on.
You really should have worn more sensible shoes.
Come on, on to the under 14. Where is he, David? Where?
There.
Where?
There, that thing with the ball.
They'll kill him.
Only once.
Break up. Half time.
Well, what's that?
That's half time.
You must come round, especially the wing forward.
Can I go and see my father, sir?
Yes, all right, hop it.
Hello, Father. 9-6 against us. We're getting ticked off. Still, it's a good game.
They made you fly half again. What happened to Gregson?
Broke his leg playing Eastbourne.
Ah, silly ass.
I'm faster anyway.
Don't be such a show-off.
Hello.
Hello, you're Miss Bowman, aren't you? Father said you were coming.
Miss Bowman's an American, Matt. They do things differently.
How do you do?
Oh, how'd you do? You're going to be on in London, aren't you?
Yes, I'm going to be on.
At the Palladium.
Mm-hmm.
We have all your records at the house.
At home?
Oh, no, the house here at the school. Father goes in more for Beethoven.
Oh, for Pete's sake, who introduced you to Ella, to Basie, and to Benny Goodman?
Yes, I know, and who introduced you to Chubby Checker? I have an extra pair of boots in my locker.
You could always pretend you've been playing fire.
I think they'd suspect.
Oh, sorry.
No, Matt, I have these. I'm saving them for a dry day. He looks like you.
Oh, I shouldn't. I'm adopted.
Well, you could. You could. Adopted children do grow like their parents. Like dogs.
Like dogs?
Yes, there's no saying that dogs grow like their masters.
Or masters grow like their dogs.
Look, I think you better get back to that game, don't you? I'll take Miss Bowman back to the hotel and get her cleaned up, all right?
I'll show you around the school, Miss Bowman.
Oh, Matt, do we have to?
I'd like that, Matt. I'd love it.
These ruins are Norman. You know, 1066 and all that stuff. The school buildings are all around the cathedral, and they're just as old. The dining hall goes back to King Henry V.
And the food goes back to William the Conqueror.
Good morning, sir. Major D, modern languages. We call him Major Disaster.
Is the biology wing finished yet?
It's been finished for ages.
Oh.
Most parents get down twice a term, but I'm lucky if my father gets down once a year.
Now, that is not true. And what happens when I do come down?
Oh, we stare at each other like a couple of deaf mutes.
Unless you need some cash.
But today's different. You get a jolly good view from around this corner. We have all our services in the cathedral. That's the school choir you can hear practicing in there now. Would you like to go up the tower? We can see for 20 miles.
No, Matt, not again.
Oh, you can do it, Father. Exercise is good for
I
you.
wasn't thinking about myself as it happens. I was thinking about Miss Bowman.
Well, I took Auntie Beth up last week and she loved it.
Who's Auntie Beth?
Well, she's Father's aunt and she's 60.
Well, if Auntie Beth can do it, so can I. Oh, come on, Father, come on.
We go through there. We'll have to get permission from the Verger every moment.
Like him.
So do I.
I feel so happy. It's like having a family of my own. Lovely feeling.
Good.
Would you have dinner with me tonight, David?
I don't think so.
I'm going to be in London 10 more days, and I'd love to see more of you.
You really are persistent, aren't you?
A little over anxious, maybe.
Look, I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to come down from that tower if we ever reach the top. We'll take Matt out to tea. We'll stuff him full of food. And then I'll drive you back to London.
And drop me at my hotel.
That's right. It'll be better that way, don't you think?
No, I don't.
We can go up now.
You will be down by 4:30, won't you?
Yes, thank you. We'll hurry. I'll lead. Every 20 steps, stop and count 5. That way you won't get out of breath.
Oh, go on, Matt, go on.
Everyone all right?
Fine. Fine.
There are 237 steps. I've counted them.
What did he say?
He says he's counted the steps.
What does he want to count them for? It's hard enough to climb them.
Oh, by the way, I ordered extra tickets.
What tickets?
For the Gilbert and Sullivan tonight. It's the end of term play. We're doing the first act of HMS Pinafore.
19, 20. What was that?
He says he's got tickets for the play tonight. Is this the top?
No, but we're almost halfway.
Oh, my.
This is fun, isn't it? Mind the cobwebs. Not many people get up here.
Matt, I'm terribly sorry we can't stay for the show tonight. Miss Bowman has to get back to town.
But he must stay. I'm playing Cousin Hebe.
He says you must stay because he's playing Cousin Hebe.
Oh, last.
I think we've lost your father.
No much further. I can see daylight.
How old was I? How old was that aunt you were talking about?
She's 60. But she's very athletic.
I can believe that. She must be a champion long-distance runner. Oh, my gosh, look out! Be careful!
It's all right. You have to get to the edge to get the view. Look, you can see Ashford from here, where the Vikings fought.
Mm-hmm.
Please say you'll stay for the show, Miss Berman, because if you do, then Father will have to stay too. I'll talk to him.
Somebody didn't stop to count 5.
Be generous, David. He wants you to stay so much.
You can see the sea on a clear day, but we don't get many clear days. Oh, good, we are in luck.
What's wrong?
Wait for it.
What's happening?
You'll see.
That's the loudest bell in the south of England.
One British tar is soaring soulless tree is a hunted bird. His energetic fish should be ready to resist a dictatorial word. His eyes should flash with an inborn fire, his brow is only round. He never should go down to a dominating ground, nor tame of a tyrant's tongue.
His nose should pant and his lips should curl, his cheek should flame and his brow should furl, his bosom should heave and his heart should glow, and his fist get ready for a knockdown blow. His son should stamp and his throat should growl, his head should throw, his face should scowl, his eyes should flash, his desperate true ambition, his husbandly attitude, his eyes, his attitude, his breath, his attitude, his eyes, his husbandly attitude, his eyes, his attitude, his breath, his attitude, his eyes, his
Who's that?
That's the headmaster. We can go now.
Talbot and Sullivan in our school. Only the girls played the boys' part. I can't get over Matt. He's so pretty.
Well, don't tell him that, for heaven's sake.
Oh, wait.
I'm never sure with you.
Did you enjoy it, Mr. Don?
Yes, thank you very much.
Oh, you directed the play, didn't you? We loved it.
This is Mr. Reynolds, Miss Bowman.
How do you do?
I'm afraid we're not exactly in your class.
Oh, I'd say much more professional and more spirited.
Well, that's very kind of you. The boys do try.
There he is. Could I? Excuse me. Say, you were terrific.
Was it all right?
It really was.
Did you really?
Yes, really.
What did you think of Buttercup? He was ace, wasn't he?
I think everybody was ace.
Would you like to meet some of them?
I'd love to.
Well, this is Miss Bowman. This is Bobby Evans.
Hello. Well, Josephine, you're stunning. You were marvelous.
And this is Ray Frackshaw, the finest topman in all the fleet.
Hello. Lovely.
The Right Honourable Sir Josie Porter, KCV, First Lord of the Admiralty.
Ah, the monarch of the sea. Huh?
And these are all his sisters and his cousins and his aunts.
Well, I think you were all absolutely marvelous.
Oh, my God.
Say it. I think you're better. You're better.
Why don't you sing for us, Miss Bowman?
Yes, Miss Bowman, sing for us. You got it down. Let's all sing together. Okay? Marvelous idea. You've had me do your opening night. Now I want you to come to mine.
The Palladium?
Yes, would you like that?
Oh, gosh, yes. My father won't mind.
Well, we can bring him too. What do you say? Shall we bring him along?
Well, yes, if you're sure to be
Oh, I do. I think he should definitely come too. Come on, let's ask him.
I'll ask him, yes. Please, sir. Father, can I go to Miss Berman's show? You remember, you promised me 3 days in London.
Mr. Reynolds.
Oh, say yes.
Will you excuse me? Yes, of course. Now, what are you talking about?
Miss Berman's invited me to the first night of her show. Well, both of us.
Oh, well, why not, David? Best seats in the house for you and Matt.
You're supposed to spend the first week of your holiday in Canterbury with Aunt Beth, and you know that.
Well, she won't mind. Or I know she won't mind. Oh, please, Father. You can buy me that tape recorder you promised me. I'd love to come and see you, Miss Berman. Make him say yes.
I don't seem to have any choice, do I?
I don't think so.
Lovely bunch of troops and that. Yeah, they all were standing in the row. Big ones, small ones, some as big as your head. Give 'em a twist, a flick of the wrist, that's what the show was dead. I got a lovely bunch of troops and that. Every good you throw will make you rich. That's Nancy White, the idol of me life, singing roll a penny a penny.
She's here. Yeah, how is she? Fine. So smile. Hi, darling.
George.
Telegram from David Don. Urgent case. Terribly sorry and all that. Best of British luck and everything, but...
In plain American, he ain't coming.
So?
So... Oh, what do we do, deliver it?
You want to blow the show?
Yeah. Tell her it came after she went home. How you feeling, honey?
Hi.
Hey, did you see him out front? Cops on horseback. You can't wait any higher.
London's my lucky town.
Any town's your lucky town.
I could live in London, George. I really could. I could settle here. Any old iron, any old iron. George, you sent the tickets.
Yeah, they're at the box office.
David's picking them up.
That's right, darling.
Oh, good. I feel marvelous. Come on, Ida. Any old iron. How do I look?
Fabulous.
I mean, really.
Really fabulous. Darling, shall I start the overture?
Oh. What time is it?
20 past.
That's funny. They said they were going to come backstage before the show.
Oh, they probably thought you meant after the show. They didn't want to disturb
George,
you.
will you call the box office for me, please?
Honey, I just called. There's a lot of confusion. See, they're all jammed up.
He may have got caught in the traffic.
Well, that's the price of popularity, darling.
What's going on?
What do you mean?
Just what I said. What's going on?
Honey, you know everything that I know, and I don't get upset.
I'm not upset, George, but I'm liable to get very upset if I don't find out what's going on.
Give it to her.
He said he was going to come.
Jenny, I know this is a big disappointment to you, but you expected 2,500 people, but you got 2,498, and that's an awful lot of people. What do you say?
Come in.
Mr. Don to see you, Miss Berman.
Show him in, please.
Oh, that you can go in now.
Hello, Matt. Well, how nice you look. Come in. Come in, please.
Gosh, it's a bit different from school, isn't it? How do you do, sir?
Hi.
Good evening.
How do you do?
Matt, did your father bring you...
Didn't you get the telegram? He got a call from Italy. An emergency case. Well, he's standing room only outside.
George, will you start the overture, please?
Right.
Excuse me. I'll be right back. Okay, Ida?
Yep. Fine. Turn around.
Seems all right?
Splendid. There you go.
I hope it was all right, my coming.
Oh, it's more than all right. As a matter of fact, it's a great big compliment to me that you came. I'd have been awfully disappointed if you hadn't. Come on, let's go.
Actually, you see, I came up to tell him who I am. They don't know I'm here.
You mean your father doesn't know?
No, he thinks I'm in Canterbury. But I wouldn't miss your opening night for anything.
Listen, Matt, you're going to see my show, and then we're going to have supper together. And then I think I'll bed you down at the Savoy. And after that, we'll get your tape recorder tomorrow that he promised you, and a couple of other things, maybe.
That sounds marvelous. But I think I'm better than worry.
Oh, no, don't worry about that. You'll take care of that, Beth.
Yes, I'll call Aunt
Joe,
Yes.
will you show this young man to his seat, please?
Yes, certainly.
Good luck, Miss Bowman.
Thank you. You know, we may have such a good time tonight. Your father will be sorry he missed it. Oh, bye.
Did you check the thing board? Well, something looks like it's out. Check it. And fix it back.
again. Give me! Give me! Go!
ahead.
good idea coming on the river.
There's St. Paul's. Christopher Wren designed it.
Are you cold?
No, not a bit. We take cold baths every morning at school. But we can get some shelter further up there. Everyone's watching you. Does it bother you?
Oh, no. It doesn't bother me. Tell me, do you like living at school the way you do all the time?
Oh, I don't mind. I've been away from home since I was 8.
Don't you get lonesome for your family?
Oh, I haven't really got a family. Father's away quite a bit. He's rather busy, you know.
Yes, I know.
Well, it's the same for you, too, isn't it? I mean, you don't get home very often either.
No.
Well, that puts us in the same boat, then.
Yes.
I'll have to get off at the next landing stage if I don't want to miss my train.
Oh?
I don't want to rush you.
Oh, it's no rush.
Can I have your autograph, please, Miss Bowman?
There you are.
Thank you.
Thank you. Matt, why do we have to get off here? Why don't we have the whole day together?
Oh, I couldn't.
Yes, you could. Stay with me. Spend the day with me. Do me a favor. Come on.
Well, there's a 6:56, but I'd have to let them know.
Well, I fixed it last night, didn't I?
You did?
Well, I'll fix it again tonight. Come on.
All right.
Oops, we're locked out. That's nice. Don't panic, Ida. We're here. We've been all the way up the river.
Down.
And all the way down the Strand.
Oh.
I haven't had as much fun in years.
Well, you got messages. Press conference tomorrow at noon. Oh, rehearsals at 3. Phone calls your agents, New York, George, several times, and they left the hats.
Oh, good. You can help me pick one out.
I made that call to Canterbury, but I don't see how he's going to make the 6:56.
Oh, I've got news for you, Ida. Matt's going to be my guest for one more night and one more morning.
We're going to the Ionic Propulsion exhibition at the Science Museum.
So it looks like you're going to have to make another call.
Look, why don't you go powder your nose or something?
Okay.
Canterbury wasn't any too happy when I called this afternoon. In fact, Canterbury's getting just a little irritated with us.
Well, I'm sure you took care of everything, Ida. This is my style.
How long is this going on?
What do you mean?
You know what I mean.
Look, I took him out for the day. What's so wrong with that?
Look, Jenny, this is me. See, Ida, 18 years. Remember?
I just want to get to know him a little
And
better.
then what? Let him go home, Jenny.
Tomorrow.
Why don't you quit while you're ahead? You wanted to see him. Fine, you saw him. Now say goodbye.
Well, we blew the recording room.
Oh, George. Hi.
When'd you get back? Now, look, are you all right? We were worried.
I'm fine.
Well, look, if you ever get hung up again, let us know. We'd work it out for you. That's what we're here for, darling. You still here?
Good evening, sir.
Yeah. Well, I'll set it up again. Are we on our way?
Are you ready, honey?
Jenny, I don't think I ought to stay. I'm keeping you from important things.
Nothing's that important, Matt. I haven't missed a thing. George, I have a new escort tonight. And a very attractive one, too. See you later. Come on.
Anyone for ionic propulsion? She's out. That's French for not up yet.
Well, I wouldn't want to disturb her.
Oh, go right ahead. She won't even hear you.
Jenny? Jenny, it's 12:15. Jenny?
What? Oh.
Good morning, Jenny. I'm sorry
Good morning, darling. Is it awfully late?
No, not really.
Were we supposed to be someplace this morning?
The Science Museum. But it doesn't matter.
Oh, I'm sorry, Matt. Please come sit down.
We could queue.
We can what?
Stand in line.
We don't want to do that. I've got a much, much better idea.
She's not back.
No, just a call to call Canterbury.
Yeah, oh, well, she's out of her so-called mind.
More than you know.
They're in the middle of a 6-country tour.
7.
7. Oh, they're going to murder me.
Cigar.
Good afternoon, girls. Girls, listen, Jenny has asked me to stand in for her. Oh, now, wait a minute now. Come on, let's be fair. You know, she loves to talk to the ladies of the press. She's very disappointed that she can't be here. But eat, drink, be merry. Have any questions? Think of me as though I were Jenny, okay?
When did you start smoking cigars?
Where is she?
Give me that, will you? Oh, well, she had a business date. Well, it went on way beyond time. Hey, way beyond.
What did you say the name of this place was?
Stoke Poges.
Stoke Poges?
It's where Gray wrote his elegy. Do you know about that?
No, I know more about Gray's Anatomy. Stoke Poges?
That's right. The path of glory leads but to the grave.
Oh, dear.
Do you ever look at gravestones?
No.
Well, they're great fun.
Fun?
Yes, they're not a bit depressing, really. Listen to this. Here lies my wife. Here let her lie. Now she's at rest, and so am I.
That's terrible. That's terrible. You're a terrible boy.
When I die, I think I'll be cremated. Would you like to be cremated?
I don't know. I suppose so. It's very sanitary and sort of chic, I guess so.
Well, my mother was cremated.
Your mother?
Janet. But she's not my real mother.
She must have loved you very much.
She liked me.
Come on, let's sit down for a second, shall we? Don't you ever wonder about your mother, your real mother?
Not really.
I mean, who she was or what?
No? I'll miss you, Jenny.
Will you?
Yes.
Matt, I'm going to go to Paris in a few days, and I wish you could come with me, just for a little while. I'll talk to your father about it, and I'll make all the arrangements. All you have to do is say yes.
Jenny, I don't understand why you're being so kind to me.
Well, maybe it's because I've never had a son of my own, and I like to pretend, and you fit the bill. Will you help me?
Yes, Jenny.
Good, Matt. Good.
Thought you got lost.
No. Miss Bowman's here.
Oh, is she?
She said she wanted to talk to you urgently as soon as you were back. Then she decided to come here and meet you.
Where is she?
She's in her car over there. I didn't know what you wanted to do, so I brought your car as arranged.
Is she still at the Savoy?
Yes.
Well, look, take my car back to town, will you? Take it to the hotel, leave the keys at the porter, take that as well.
Yes, of course.
I'll be back as soon as I can.
How was your trip?
Fine.
You were in Rome, weren't you?
That's right, yes.
Must have been an opera singer. A very delicate creature, an opera singer. David, I have a confession to make.
Really?
Yes, I'm afraid I've done something I shouldn't have.
Yes, I know that.
You know?
News travels, Jenny, even to Rome.
Are you terribly angry?
I'm so sick with anger that I can hardly speak to you.
I don't know what to say. I haven't got any excuses except that it was wonderful.
There's only one thing I want to know from you. How far have you broken your promise?
I haven't said anything, I swear. I know you're angry, but I haven't done any harm.
That remains to be seen, doesn't it?
Well, if I'm such a shady character, why would you let me see him in the first place?
Have you forgotten how you begged, how you implored, how you pleaded, how you made it impossible?
I don't beg.
You don't beg. You just damn well assume. Everything you want, you get. You haven't changed. You never will. You're nothing but a self-centered, grasping, egocentric little bitch. And you're a cheat.
Before you go in there and start to act like the heavy father, it wasn't his fault. I brought this about myself. You remember that. Ida, would you get Matt for me, please?
Hello, Father. I wanted to come down to the airport with Jenny, but she said better not. She said that she'd explain about everything, about Paris and all that.
Matt, we didn't win.
Oh.
Jenny explained everything perfectly, Matt. All I want you to do now is to pack up and come along. You ready?
No, I'm not quite packed. Nothing much, though. It won't take
Will
long.
you hurry up, then? The car's outside.
Yes, sir.
Right. So now it's Paris, is it? And then the rest of the tour, Rome, Athens.
Oh, for God's sake, don't sulk. You saw his face. You saw how sorry he was. And you know how sorry I am. What do you want us both to do? Just die?
I don't want you to do anything. I just want to get out of here as soon as possible.
Well, what was so terrible about it anyway? He came to see the show, we took a trip up the river, and we had a good time. What's so terrible about that? We had a wonderful time. And you're standing there as if I'm some kind of criminal or something, like I'm Lizzie Borden.
For God's sake, Jenny.
Oh, for God's sake, Jenny! I stayed out of the way as long as your wife was around!
And she was good for him.
Well, fine. But what now? You with your grave demeanor? Or your Auntie Beth in Canterbury, who's 40 years too late? What kind of life are you offering him?
What you fail to realize, Jenny, is that we have a very good relationship, Matt and I. We were doing very well before you came along, and we'll do a damn sight better after you've gone.
Boy, you know where to hit, don't you? I want to tell you something. He needs me, and I want him!
He's not yours to have. You gave him back to me a long time ago. I need him, I love him, and I'm going to keep him.
You need him, and I want him, and you want him, and he's not a bone, my God, he's a child!
He's my son, and I'm going to keep him.
There's just one thing we seem to both have forgotten. He's my son, too. I made him. Now, where do we go from there?
I've packed. There's some other things in the bedroom.
We'll send for those later, Matt.
Yes. Can I have the tape recorder? It was a present. Is it true?
Yes.
Why didn't you tell me?
I meant to. I kept putting it off, I'm afraid.
Why didn't you tell me?
I made a promise to your father.
Matt, I think we'd better be moving along now.
No, I don't want to go just yet, Father. Not yet. I'd like to stay here for a bit with you and get it clearer. Do you have no objections?
No, I have no objections. Please stay.
Matt, I've never ordered you to do anything in your whole life, have I? But I'm asking you now to come home with me. Will you?
All right. Jenny, please.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going because my father has asked me to. Not because I want to. Do you understand?
Yes. It's what you must do.
Thank you. Could I call you then and talk?
Oh, yes, of course. Call me tomorrow. All right?
Yes.
You won't drop it, will you?
No.
Don't let him wait alone. Please go with him.
Anything I can get for you, Jenny?
Me.
you call New York?
Call New York.
And?
Well, it's a little complicated, honey.
Well, tell me.
Okay, can I wait till after the show?
No, it can't, George. Tell me.
All right, you've got a case.
I knew it. I told you. I've got a case.
Jenny, what you've got is a technicality. Now, I'm going to lay it out for you just the way the lawyers laid it out for me. The records were searched and the adoption was legitimate.
What'd you say?
I said the adoption was legitimate as far as it went. But there's such a thing as second papers. Now, don't ask me what they are. They're second papers and you never signed them.
Well, thank heaven for me.
Well, that means if you want to fight it, you can. Now, no guarantees, a whole long McGill in court. Frankly, darling, it's a long shot.
Well, did you tell him to go ahead?
No, I didn't tell him anything just yet.
Well, tell him so. George, will you please call the lawyers?
Jenny, right now, at this moment, you're on top of a career you've been building for over 20 years. For half that time, I've been with you. So I know a little bit about the subject. Jenny, I can't stand by and watch you destroy it and yourself. If you fight this case, you might win. It's possible, I don't know. But do you realize what it would mean? You couldn't be in Rome one week, Miami the next. No, you'd have to stay here in England and fight it out in the courts. Jenny, the boy's got a home. He's got a father, a school, a way of life. You can't jump into the middle of that and start making all kinds of waves.
Oh, George, please.
All right. All right, suppose you got him. What would you do with him? Trail around the world with a tutor from date to date? Hotel suites, rented cars, other people's houses. And they're pretty strict in England about schools. You might have to send him to a school and come and visit him now and then at vacation time. Jenny, you'd be strangers, don't you see? All right. What would happen to you? How would you be able to work with this pull all the time? I mean, do you know how to handle a small boy? It's a full-time job, and forgive me, dear, but I don't think you know how to do it. All this is your job. You do it better than anybody else in the whole world, because you know it. Don't force this, Jenny. Let it rest.
George, I know you're trying to help me, but you see, I love him. And oddly enough, I think he loves me.
You have 3 minutes, Miss Bowman.
I'm ready.
Matt? I've got to interrupt, I'm afraid.
It's all right. Did you mind me taking this?
No, not a bit.
Have you just got back?
I've been finishing some notes. No, don't put it on. It's rather fine. I've spent most of today wondering how to explain things to you. You had some pretty rough things flung at you, and now you'd better have the truth. It's up to me to give it to you. Shall we sit down?
Yes.
I don't know how much you heard today, but I presume enough to know that I'm your real father, and Jenny's your mother.
Were you and Jenny married once?
No, Matt, we were never married. We fell in love while I was in New York studying. I did ask her to marry me, to come home to England. But I hadn't reckoned with one thing. That was her career, which meant more to her than anything else. I couldn't make her change her mind, and I had to come back here to work. So I came alone. That's pretty clear, isn't it?
Yes.
And then I met Janet again. We'd known each other since we were almost your age, and It was always rather expected that we'd get married, so we did. And then I heard that you were about to be born. Jenny did her best to look after you, but touring the world with a small child isn't always convenient. So Janet and I talked things over, and it was decided that you would come and live with us as our son, our adopted son, because that was kinder to Janet.
I don't understand why you didn't tell me when Janet died.
I don't expect you to understand entirely. That'll take time, perhaps a long time. But the important thing now is your future. Will you help me?
All right.
Well, you've promised to telephone Jenny, haven't you? I expect you'll be thinking about that.
Yes.
And what she'll say to her.
What do you think I should say to her?
That's a decision you have to make yourself, Matt. But I can tell you what she'll say to you. She'll ask you to meet her in Paris. Then when you get there, it'll be another place, and then another.
How do you know?
Because she wants you.
But she just said for a few days.
It doesn't stop there, Matt.
Just because you're angry with Jenny, why should I be?
Look, I'm not angry with Jenny. I'm not angry with her. I know her, and I know what I'm talking about. She wants you not for a weekend, but you. She wants you to leave your friends, your home, and your school, to start a new way of life. Matt, I know what fun she's been to be with. I know how kind she is, and good, and wise, too, sometimes. And it would be exciting. You'd see places you'd never seen before. You'd fly, you'd catch boats. And you'd laugh a lot. I know her, Matt. I loved her. I still do love her. But mark this. Jenny gives more love than anyone. But she takes more love than anyone can possibly give. Can you understand that?
But what if I do go with her?
Well, if it was something you really wanted to do and was going to make you happy, I'd get used to it.
So you don't really care?
Oh, Matt, of course I care, you idiot. Of course I care. If it was up to me, I'd say go and telephone Jenny and say goodbye. Tell her you've got a good life here and you're not going to muck it up. Matt, you're my son. I love you. And I want you to go on being my son.
Hello? Oh, Matt. Hello. How are you? Are you all right? Wake me? No, I've just been sitting here waiting for you to call. Where are you? Oh, good. Matt, would you come over right away, please? I've got so much to explain. Everything was so hideous yesterday, especially for you. Please come over right away, darling. Oh, well, what about this afternoon? My day is free. Why? What's happening? Oh, well, why don't you bring your friends along? And you and I can have a a private talk for a little while, and then we can all join forces and have a lovely day. Yes, it sounds a bit complicated. What about tomorrow, Matt? My, you are a busy fellow. Matt, you know that trip to Paris we were planning, the one we talked about? Oh, good. I've been thinking about it, too, and I just don't see how I'm going to be able to work things out. Yes, that's right. I'll be busy from morning till night, and well, we couldn't be together at all. You might wind up very lonely. I'm glad you understand. Oh, of course you're going to be seeing me. I'll be back in London in no time. We'll have lots of laughs and lots of fun. Okay? All right. Well, now you take care of yourself, you hear? And thank you for being such a fine young man. Bye-bye. Matt? God bless. Ida, get me my black dress. I'm going out.
Wait for me, will you?
I hope you don't mind us getting on to you, Mr. Dunn, but she was asking for you and wouldn't see anyone else.
Where is she?
Of course, you realize we are trying to keep this matter completely confidential.
Yes, of course I do.
Unfortunately, we're full up at the moment, so we had to put her in there.
Thank you very much.
If there's anything you need...
Yes, I'll let you know immediately.
Right.
Thank you.
Don't ever go to an exhibition of abstract art for the millions.
No, I won't. Thank you, Nurse.
And if you do go, don't drink the martinis.
No.
Because they're half gasoline.
Then you've had enough.
I've had enough to float Fire Island. Does it show?
Someone told me.
It's pretty sneaky. Oh, there's a young lord I must warn you about.
Oh?
A young Lord George, whatever his name was. He asked me if he could take me home, and I said thank you. And we got into a cab, and the next thing I knew, it was all fall down, and I wound up with this. He knew where he lived, all right. But I was out cold. I was out. And nobody asked me where I lived.
Well, how did you get here?
Cab driver named Gerald. Gerald brought me here, and they fixed my foot, and they gave me coffee, and somebody asked for an autograph for their cousin Marilyn. Oh, I feel awful, David.
Look, have some of this. Come on.
Oh, no more coffee. No, I couldn't take any more coffee. You'd have to feed me through the vein. I'm full. I'm full to the brim for the whole goddamn world.
Yes, well, now, look, come on. Be good. Drink this. Come on.
Have you come to take me home?
No, I've come to take you to the theater.
Oh, no, you haven't.
Look,
I'm not
drink some
going
of this.
back
Come
there.
on.
I'm
I
not going
have.
back there ever again.
Listen, they are waiting.
I don't care if they're fasting. You just give them their money back and tell them to come back next fall.
Jenny, it's a sellout.
I'm always a sellout.
You promised. They're waiting. There's George and Ida and 200,000.
200,000.
Well,
I know.
sure.
I know. Just let them wait. To hell with them. I can't be spread so thin. I'm just one person. I don't want to be rolled out like a pastry, so everybody get a nice big bite of me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just me. I belong to myself. I can do whatever I damn well please with myself, and nobody can ask any
Now,
questions.
you know that is not true, don't you?
Well, I'm not going to do it anymore. And that's final. It's just not worth all the deaths that I have to die.
You have a show to do tonight. You are going to do it, and I am going to see that you do.
You think you can make me sing? Do you think you can? Do you think George can make me sing, or Ida? You can get me there, sure, but can you make me sing?
No,
I sing for myself. I sing when I want to, whenever I want to, just for me. I sing for my own pleasure.
Yes.
Whenever I want. Do you understand
Yes,
that?
I do understand that. Just hang on to that, will you? Hang on to it.
Well, I've hung on to every bit of rubbish there is to hang on to in life. And I've thrown all the good bits away. Now, can you tell me why I do that?
No, I can't tell you why you do that, but I can tell you this. You are going to be late.
I don't care.
Darling, I don't give a damn who you let down. But you're not going to let you down.
You haven't called me that for years.
I haven't been able to call you that for years. Now, come here, look. Just look at me. Please, look at me. Are you listening to me?
Hmm.
There's something I haven't been able to say to you in years, too.
David, don't say it. Because if you said it now, and if you didn't mean it, I think I'd die. I think I'd die.
I'll mean it. I love you.
Oh dear.
Darling, help me, help me.
I'll help you.
Help us, help us.
David. He didn't want to come with me. He didn't want to. He made all kinds of excuses. He didn't want to stay with me.
Darling, I know. Help me, please.
I want to help him. I don't know how.
Look. Come with me now. Come now, Jenny, please.
David, you wouldn't cheat me, would you? You wouldn't
Oh,
pretend to me.
I wouldn't cheat you.
You wouldn't say you loved me.
I wouldn't say I loved you if I
Tell me
didn't.
again.
I wouldn't.
Please tell me again, please, once.
I'll tell you as often as you want me to. I've always loved you.
That's where it ends, isn't it?
That's where it ends. We were the right people that met at the wrong moment, with all the right ideals. We were just too strong ever to give up everything for each other.
We just didn't fit.
We fitted. The rest didn't.
That doesn't make much sense.
The loving does.
Yes. The loving does. The loving always does.
Are you all right now?
All right. I think you're going to have to help me with my foot and all.
Can you manage?
Oops. You know, there's an old saying. When you go on stage, pardon me, you don't feel any pain at all. When the lights hit you, you don't feel anything. It's a stinking lie. Do you stay with me?
Yes, I'll stay.
How long?
Until you can stand on your feet again.
David, I don't...
No, I've had it. It's an hour past curtain. You'll be 45 minutes getting dressed. You think they're going to wait for you? There are 2,500 people out there who paid money to see Jenny Bowman. But you're going to let them down. Now, that may not mean anything to you anymore, but I still have a certain reverence for audiences. They mean a great deal to me. And if they still do mean something to you, then I'm going to find it very difficult to forgive you. And if they don't mean anything to you anymore, then I am genuinely and profoundly sorry for you, Jenny.
There she is!
Where you been, Jenny?
What?
Where you been?
Oh, I've been having a hell of a time. Thank you very much.
What happened to the ankle?
I've been skiing or sheeing or both. Like my furs?
Where'd you get them?
I just shot them. I'd like to sing for you if we can get these things. Can you pull them up? I think everyone's gone to sleep back there. Thank you. I could go on soon.
Could go on singing till the cars come home. I see yours go. Till the moon turns pink, everything from fast to ink. Love does funny things when it hits you. could go till I well, I see. I could go on saying till I'm this must keep on singing.